Tired of feeling like you're always being squeezed on price? Differentiate your operation from competitors with a simple newsletter and be the first person people call when opportunities arise. Matt Bowes with Agri Consulting, and in this video I'm going to walk you through a 7-step guide with screenshot examples on how to build your first newsletter. I built this newsletter with the request of a friend of mine that has a large farm in eastern Minnesota and a client of mine too that has a drain tiling business, and both of them wanted to stay in better touch with their customers. So I built this. They asked me if I could something I could help them with. So I'm like, yeah, I can build an outline here, and I'm sure it's not too complicated a process. So yeah, I'll help you do that, and you can take this outline and build from it and do your own quarterly newsletter. So yeah, I'm just going to walk you through the process here. I put the bones together, and I'll walk through all the pieces of it too. I spent less than $40 to compile all this stuff and put a digital copy together as well as a hard copy. So super inexpensive to do this project. And the lead time on it with this person was, I think I did it, submitted it two to 3 days. I had it back. So really cost effective, super fast. Really the only other cost you're going to have that's not included in that is if you're going to print this out, if you want to take this to a professional copy place, or you can print it off on a nice printer, and then you're going to need to mail it, so some kind of mailing cost too, but really pretty inexpensive when you're talking about sending this out to customers. So I built this. It's a 1.5 page newsletter. So this is the front page. This would be the page that has the body or the things that people are going to read, and then click on here, and then this will be the 0.5 page or the second page, and this will be information here that's going to be used to mail. So just envision that this it's going to be folded down the middle like so, and then you're going to have some kind of tape here, one of those little round tape things right here, and then here to kind of seal it up. And this is going to be your postage. You will have your own address here. I didn't actually submit my address here, but you will have your own address here, and then this is where you're going to put your customer's address. And then on the front page here too, this is going to be folded in half, and in the mail, this is your body here is going to be hidden. The content here is going to be hidden. So that's just basically how I built it. I mean, you could get crazy and build out a newsletter 4 or 5 pages, but I don't see many of us doing that. So I just built simple newsletter, because I think just the act of getting started is more important than making some fancy one. So yeah, it's a 1.5 pages. So I did build it to be, you can send it digitally as well as you can send it in regular mail. And I would bet 90% of it will go in standard mail and won't go out digitally. Most people, I think your open rate is going to be way better if it ends up in their physical mailbox and it's something that's at home and is sitting around. You're going to have not only the person that you might have a farmer, you might have somebody else that picks it up in the household too, other than the person you sent it to. So I think sending still in this business, sending a copy, hard copy in the mail is better. But you can send them both. If you got somebody that's a young techie person, yeah, send them a digital copy as well. So I did build it. You can do both with it. Who would I send this to? I would send it to any kind of partner you have. So definitely landlords. I would send it to any kind of your bankers, your CPAs, lawyers, implement dealers, input suppliers, all those people. If you have a lot of the guys I work with too have auxiliary businesses built into their farm. So any of those customers that you're doing trucking for, manure hauling, crop insurance, drain tiling, all those people, get this list put together and start sharing with them. So what we're really looking here is to differentiate yourself from your competitors and create some opportunities. So yeah, I would share it with just about anybody and just start building that list. I found a lot of times people won't say anything when they read it. It'll be sometime later that somebody will say like, oh yeah, I saw that was going on your farm. Like, oh, your people are actually reading this. So people like to be kept up to date here. So I'm just going to walk you through the 7 steps. So step number 1 is you need to come up with a title, and then you need to come up with a subhead. So this is my title, pretty generic, but steal it if you want to. I don't really care. That's fine with me. Fields of Growth. So that's my newsletter, and then news and events from the Bowes Family Farms. This is my subhead. Number 2 is, if you haven't, submit your logo too. I think that's good to have. I would say a good portion of people probably have some kind of farm or agribusiness logo. Submit that. What this person designed for me too, I submitted my logo. He took some colors off of my logo and then made them kind of blend throughout the document. So that's what that's what you're paying for with a designer, is to do that. If you don't have a logo, don't feel bad. It's something I think long term a person should have. And if you have questions on logos, if you don't have a logo that you love, or I think a logo should be somebody that does it professionally and something that you absolutely love and are proud of. I think it's just a good thing to have. So, but if you don't have one, you don't need to submit it either. But I did here. Step 3, obviously I put the edition and the month, April 2024. This is edition 1. Step 4, let's get into the bones of it. I wrote mine. This is kind of the input of with two other people, kind of what they wanted on here and kind of what I said they wanted to. So it'd be important. I wrote 3 paragraphs. I think that's a good length. I kept each of these paragraphs under 200 words. I think that's a good length that you're not going to bore the reader, and you're forced to get your point across quickly. So 200 words. These are all these 3 paragraphs. I submitted. So this is step number 5, but I submitted a picture with each paragraph, and I think that's vital too. One of the things that I would suggest when you're putting your pictures together is to make sure that those pictures have people in them, preferably people in your operation. So yeah, I would. That was a friend of mine that he's always sharing some pictures, but I'm like, man, your pictures, they're always of like equipment going through the field or sunsets, and like people want to see pictures of people. So share those pictures of people on your operation, and these are snap these pictures ahead of time. You catch an opportunity that you're like, oh, this would just be a great picture for my newsletter coming up in 2 months. Yeah, take a moment to take one of those good, especially a good candid photo of your kids digging in the dirt, or blowing off the combine after the end of the season. And I don't know, there's a ton of good things to do out there, but just take that time to think ahead a little bit. Share some good pictures with people in them. Say every paragraph with a picture would be minimum. And then I kept my paragraphs to 200 words or less. I think that's a good framework. Let's just talk about the body of how I chose these 3 paragraphs. The first one I put, you can steal this, but this is called Happenings on the Farm. And I put kind of all my thoughts on what I put here in the body. So you can send me an email, and I'll gladly send you this copy here, and you can read it. You can read this, you tear it apart, and then put your own words in here too. But these are things that are happening on your farm. This is just keep your partners up to date on your key events, whether you have a field day coming up, or you have a client appreciation, or you have a birth in the family, or you have just anything. People want to feel like they're part of an operation or part of something. So keep people up to date, and share your setbacks too. Share your struggles. People like to hear those things too. It makes us feel human. One of the things that I would say on if you're going to share your struggles, share your scars. Don't share your wounds. If it's something you're working through at that time, people don't really want to hear about that. But if you've overcome something, yeah, people love to hear about that kind of stuff. So that's your happenings on the farm. Second paragraph, so I kind of went into this in depth of what I would look at, but this is your leader in the industry. This is I think this is vital. Your partners want to team up with somebody that they view as a progressive farm or agribusiness, that is a leader in the industry, and that's going to be there in another 20, 40, 100 years. So these are things you're going to share with your operation or business is doing different than others. So this would be things that I would share. I put a picture of a guy flying a drone. You're doing some kind of fertilizer side-by-sides. You are attending a seminar. You are doing some kind of precision ag. You have some new kind of equipment. This is where I would share things like that. And don't take for granted that a lot of the things that we in the industry just know we do every day and is not something crazy new. A lot of our partners don't know that, don't know that we're doing those things day in, day out. This is your time to share that. And just, again, think about that. A lot of people don't know the kind of technology that is utilized on the farm or the agribusiness. So share it here. That's a good place. And then the last paragraph, and this was this is a friend of mine in Eastern Minnesota really wanted me to have this. And he says, like, this is a question I get from my landlords all the time. And it is the market outlook. So they want to know what's going on in the industry. You could share what what prices are of land auctions, kind of where you see things going. But this would be a point to share what you think. Maybe you share like, oh, I think it's we've got really good, grain stores are really high in the industry right now, and we're looking at stagnant to low prices here until we get through this glut. Things like that. Those are things that you want to share. So, yeah, this is the body here. I'll be sure that market outlook, and you can read through mine. It's pretty generic. I asked ChatGPT. I said, give me a market outlook for Southeast Minnesota in 2024 that's less than 200 words, and this is what it spit out. So this is not if you read this paragraph, this is not my own market outlook. This is what ChatGPT thinks the market outlook looks like in Southeast Minnesota for 2024. So anyway, put your own words in there. Okay, so lastly, we need to submit. This is step 6. Submit our address. Our address is going to go up here. And then step number 7 is you need to print your mailing labels, put them on here, and then put some postage on it, and send it in the mail. And so that's step number 7. I say you need to take this and print this off too. So whether you do it with a nice printer at your house, or you go to some place like a Kinko's and have something done professionally. I'm sure there's services now in rural America that you can send files away digitally and have somebody have a commercial grade paper, something that looks a glossy piece of paper that looks super professional, shipped right to your house. I'm sure that service is out there. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure it's out there. So that is my 7-step process. I'll just kind of go through it again. Come up with your title and your subhead. Step 1. Step 2, submit the logo. Step 3, put your edition and date. Step 4, your 3 paragraphs with 200 word max. Step 5, your pictures with people. Step 6, submit that address. And then step 7 is print and then slap on those address labels and ship it. So that's the 7-step guide. And so I built this to share with others and give you bones to work from. So this is not a daunting process. Once you do this once, the things are going to be built there for you. I bet the second time I did this, if I had a little bit of foresight, I could probably get this all done in an hour and have it sent away to the person to compile it for me. So if you want that contact information from the person that compiled it for me, send me an email at hello@mattbose.com. I would gladly send you that contact. Saves less than $40, 2 to 3 day turnaround. And then if you want me to send a copy of this, so you can look at it in a digital format, send me an email to hello@mattbose.com again, and I will gladly forward you on this email. So I enjoy sharing this 7-step guide with you as a simple tool that I think help differentiate yourself from other operations. If you have other questions, feel free to comment, send me an email, or visit my website at www.mattbose.com. Thanks.